Right, hello. Here I am, still at Harlow Car on the 8th of August 2023. It's a Tuesday afternoon. It's around about 1 o'clock, so even though I've been taking a few still photographs, I can't resist doing some video recording. So I'm here near the very top of the gardens and on this new bridge. So I'm going to walk across this new bridge. Which, as you can see, if you want to pause that beginning so you can read the information panel, there's Queen Elizabeth Lake. Certainly looks like the water lilies have taken over a little bit, but there is some really exciting work going on here further down towards the bottom of the gardens, where there's an old historic pub that's going to be turned into a new RHS run cafe. So it's a listed building, so that's going to be exciting for next year. I think that's going to be completed next year. And then there's some work on the actual stream side towards the very bottom. So yeah, but the rest of the gardens are looking so good at the moment.
There is that little garden in there.
We've got a little shady grove of quite newly planted silver birch in mixtures, really, groups of 3 or single groups. I suppose part of having an RHS garden is that you're doing research. You're seeing which trees will grow quicker, will do better. Can you plant them that close? Are they all going to do as well? And again, a lot will depend on the conditions that we get over the coming years. It seems like there's some work going on here at the moment. Beautiful, beautiful pond. Yeah, you can't get down because it's only to be viewed and enjoyed from this position. But I think if I look over there, I don't know if I can zoom in, I've never seen a dark purple water lily like that before. That looks absolutely stunning. And the grasses in the breeze are just fantastic. If you've seen my videos on RHS Bridgewater Gardens, again, they've got these lovely grasses that just move around so elegantly in the breeze. And you've got the Achillea absolutely smothered in hoverflies, the odd bee, but mainly at this time of year, August, hoverflies. Got the asters coming out now, so we're into August, so we're late summer. I'm not going to go right up there, but some lovely clematis here. The rose could do with a bit of cutting back. So again, I'll point out not flaws, but I'll point out jobs that need doing if I think they need doing. Clematis is fantastic. And planters, lovely planted up. Alright, so Sheffield is proud to say Sheffield is one of the forerunners of the Greater Green. Again, take a look at my videos on Sheffield's Greater Green. And again, these wild grassy areas are so important for wildlife. Let's just take a little look into here. Lovely little sheltered sitting out area. Again, some lovely grasses and lavenders, which is just about over now. Verbena bonariensis, that'll continue flowering right to October, maybe even into November. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. And the bees on these, I forget the name of them, oh, very common, but the bees absolutely love them. And the butterfly as well. Oh, and then we've got a lovely pond with some beautiful white lilies.
Oh, look, there's a little snail.
Look at those lilies there, and the bees in there, absolutely fantastic. That is stunning. Let's get a close-up of this.
What about me?
I got you, doll.
It's huge, it's probably about 4 inches across, absolutely huge. And that one's more like 6 inches across. Big Gunnera. So it's kind of a mixed garden. This is kind of a veggie area and some tiny little allotments. So that's a kind of really well kept, stylish kind of little courtyard area. This is a more wild, rustic garden, and then this is a more traditional English garden. Just different styles of garden. But I think the whole point of a hedgehog street is that you can, by putting up hedges rather than walls, you can allow hedgehogs to go through between different gardens. So. Oh, not my favourite tree, but I suppose really if you're a botanical gardener you've got to have at least one monkey puzzle tree. This is more my cup of tea. Helianthemums, geraniums, salvias, penstemons, classic mid to late summer borders, crocosmia, sedum. Oh, there's so much information here to kind of take in. I'll have to come back up here in a bit and find out more.
We're starting the Garden Detective adventure in about 20 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think I'll give that a miss. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, I had this once. Is it something like a gardenia? Didn't do very well for me, but then again it was in a pot, so I don't know. One of my favourite mountain ashes, pink pagoda.
I think it's time, I think it's time. You think we should start? Yeah, they think we should start. We better start. If they think that we should start, we should start.
Liquid amber. Already, you got a little bit of autumn colour there from the cold, wet July. but that will just get better and better and better as the summer goes into autumn and colour up even more, and the leaves will still be on it right into November. Stunning trees, really extends the season so well. And look at all this just like, you just can't take it all in. It's just absolutely overwhelming. So if I go up here, I quite like that sculpture there with the sycamore seeds, maple seeds kind of twirling around in the wind. Roses again need deadheading a little bit. Oh, and some nice Lady of Shalott. Recognise that anyway, again just needs a bit of deadheading. You can see how quickly it throws out new shoots. And I suppose there's going to be some new planting in there. I don't know, maybe some bulbs for springtime. Maybe slightly early summer planting. What rose have we got here? Rosa Silas Marner there. Rosa Blessings. Let's have a smell at that. Yeah, not very scented. Oh, and then these leaves also just going round. And if it's just the wind that's blowing them, I think it must be. That's fantastic. Again, I would not want a rose that does that. I don't like the balling of roses. Really bugs me. Really bugs me. Look, it just shatters. So I'm not sure what that one is. Can't see a label there. No matter how good the rose is or looks under ideal conditions, no matter how good the scent is, I'd have difficulty in justifying one that balls like that.
Get a takeaway and eat it in our room.
Few events there in the gardens. And then we've got some dahlias, chrysanthemums. And some of these now are hard enough for you to leave them in, especially if the ground is quite free draining, and they will come back again every year. Because what's always put me off is I'm a bit of a lazy gardener. I like plants that you can put in, and with a minimum of maintenance will do the business for you at least 2 or 3 seasons. So some spring flowers, some autumn foliage, or some summer flowers that last ages, or whatever. So here we've got more of a generic shrubbery. We've got lots of heathers, a few conifers. That looks like it could be a beautiful cornice. So again, a lot of this will be stunning in spring, but at the moment it's not doing much. Now, hostas, obviously, it's been a wet July, been decimated with slugs. Got some new planting of some heathers, and again these fantastic big, in fact this looks a different species, but beautiful big water lilies, absolutely amazing. And there's Betty's tea rooms where you can just sit and have afternoon tea and have all that as your backdrop. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful aces. Yeah, nice little stream coming down.
Quite nice though.
Again, just another pond there. And again, we've got another planting of heathers here, just kind of connecting the different beds. So I'm going to go back up though, up here, past the lovely workers' cart. Gardens, to keep them looking this good, obviously need a lot of maintenance. Again, this lovely planting. So that's the entrance where I came in before. Just look at that. That is an English picture. That is picture postcard. Well, except for the tractor there. I mean, where better would you ever want to be on a day like this than somewhere like this? Like, it's just heaven on earth as far as I'm concerned. Nowhere better. Nowhere better. Sankokaku, I have that in my front garden. You can see the pink stems there. And the sunlight that it gets, it's in a south-facing position here, and it's not scorched. Mine's scorched, but again, mine's in a pot, so I think it struggles a little bit. Because I think the problem is the roots heat up because it's in a pot. Whereas when you're in the soil, the roots are cooler. But you can see how that's got a suntan. I always say at this time of year, my acers have got a suntan. So yeah, as they just begin to start to bring forward that autumn colour. Right, I've got some epimedium there, great ground cover for shade. Beautiful silver birch. Or birch anyway. I did that on my first video, didn't I? The butterflies over there on the Bibenda bonariensis is just fantastic, and that trumpet vine is superb. These heathers out, they're all knitted together now, and so really this is pretty much, except for the odd dead one that might need coming out for whatever reason, this is pretty much going to be maintenance free now. Again, beautiful acer. The backdrop again of a silver birch, Tibetan cherry there. There's some new planting here, some more dark heather this time. And then this golden leaf conifer just to lift the darkness.
I think I've got to drop it off.
What time are we on? 18 minutes. Might do half an hour to show you this map. And this is the extent of the gardens.
Yeah, they're cool.
Did you see all three of them?
We saw two.
Which ones did you see?
I saw the one which the dandelion
Yeah.
were in, the ones where the
The
fall out of the tree.
acorn, yeah, around the cycling leaves.
So I think I'm going to leave that now for a second,
I want to go to April.
and then start recording later on when I've kind of gone around another part of the garden and see what's on offer around there. So bye for now.